On Tuesday, December 31st, Travis Kelce discusses wearing matching rings on a date night with Taylor Swift in New York City on his podcast. A new episode of the New Heights podcast was broadcast by the Kelce brothers. Prior to Wednesday's broadcast of the entire show, a preview of the Kelce brothers' talk was made public. The Kelce brothers discussed the Chiefs' victory over the Pittsburgh Steelers during the interview. "That you guys had a memorable Christmas game is fantastic," Jason remarked. "And Mahomes stole the show with his outstanding performance that helped the Chiefs win a memorable game," Travis remarked. "Oh man, you're so humble," Jason remarked. "You also had a fantastic game." "Maybe, but it was a big holiday celebration," Travis chuckled. "Hey man, does NFL cake taste great?" inquired Jason. "Oh, Mahomes, and I got to enjoy that cake right after the game," Travis remarked. "It was most likely made of ordinary chocolate. I only gave one piece a try. The sensation of touching that cake, just because you were selected, is what makes this unique. Nobody else." "Wow, right dude? That was the highlight of Christmas," Jason replied with a clap. "Travis, did you guys have a good trip after that win?" Jason Kelce then inquired. According to Travis Kelce, "I had some amazing trips in New York. The most memorable was the birthday celebration for Taylor's friend, Ashley Annan." "Wow, that was definitely a great party," Jason remarked. "Perhaps because it was my first time attending a private party," Travis remarked. "You know, those upscale establishments where you have to be on the restaurant's list. I was finally able to enter the place that Taylor had reserved for me over 6 months prior. To be honest, it was all too much. It seemed like a party for very special people," Jason remarked. "I think it could be said that way," Travis remarked. "Every detail of that celebration, particularly the attendees, will remain forever confidential. I believe you won't be allowed to enter that location once if you unintentionally reveal it. There are some quite stringent regulations. You must adhere to them if you wish to maintain a relationship over time." "Wow, I actually had a little idea of the luxury of that party," Jason remarked. "Believe me, everything in front of you is crazy," Travis remarked. Then the two Kelce brothers burst out laughing. Then Jason said, "What about the ring?" The phone call piqued the interest of the fans. "Oh, we've actually been wearing that ring since Taylor's birthday," remarked Travis with a smile. "You can think of it as jewelry if you can think of it as an engagement ring." "That's fantastic. Perhaps it's a memento," Jason said. "I've met Ashley twice before your games, once at Arrowhead Stadium and once at the Super Bowl," Jason added. "Yes, Ashley has accompanied Taylor to a couple Chiefs games," Travis added. "She is a humorous and amiable individual, and her stylish items are particularly well-liked." "Oh, so what about you and Taylor's?" Jason asked. "You two appear to be quite content." Travis chuckled and remarked, "We had a thunderstorm on our expedition. She liked to walk in the rain, Taylor. When we both got soaked, she enjoyed it even more since I tried to shield her from the rain." "Well, you guys had a romantic outing in the rain," Jason remarked with a giggle. "I don't know either, but perhaps the weather caused us to sneeze all the time," Travis added. Jason asked, "What about us?" "You're not by yourself. Is the weather causing you a lot of trouble, Travis?" "Yes, it was a great experience, even though the weather in New York is probably a little colder than in Kansas," Travis replied, nodding. "We arrived back in Kansas City earlier than we had anticipated due to the weather." "Jason, it's almost New Year's." With a slightly startled expression, Jason remarked, "You guys?" "Us? Are you saying that you're going back to Kansas by yourself?" "Taylor is with you too, Travis?" "Perhaps this will be our first New Year's Eve together," Travis Kelce remarked with a giggle. "I'm quite anxious about it." "Wow," Jason remarked. "I'll come play at your house in the new year." "You're welcome, Travis." "Oh," answered Travis, "of course. However, it would be wonderful if you could bring gifts." Then the two Kelce brothers burst out laughing. Taylor Swift probably wasn't aware that her breakup in Bejeweled was hinting at her next relationship when she penned it. 2 years later, however, she has been shut out by her boyfriend, Travis Kelce, a professional football player. Things shift. The pop sensation appeared on her best friend Ashley Avenon's Instagram on December 29th. On Avenon's birthday, the two joined together and hugged in front of a cake covered in sprinkles. The two appear to be twins rather than pals because of their blonde hair and identical black suits. Swift made the entire venue sparkle, even though Avenon was the woman of the moment. She accessorized with the glittering Cartier watch that Travis Kelce allegedly got her for Christmas. And she wore her customary bright red lipstick, Pat McGrath's Leaky Lust legendary wear. Swift's watch, the renowned Panther de Cartier watch from Cartier, is crafted from 14K yellow gold and retails for an impressive $32,200. That same evening, she wore $336,000 diamond earrings, which complemented the ostentatious design flawlessly. The watch was first designed in the 1980s and is a hallmark of Cartier. Since then, 40 brilliant cut stones have been put around its square face, making it one of the fine jeweler's most recognizable designs. The phrase, "a diamond's gotta shine," is brought to life by Swift's watch. The gift is only a small portion of the $775,000 Kelce reportedly spent on Swift this holiday season, even though a five-figure watch is something the rest of us could only imagine. He also got her a $60,350 rose gold Rolex watch, $45,000 worth of Tiffany & Company jewelry, $48,000 worth of Van Cleef & Arpels, and $19,000 worth of roses. He truly elevated Bejeweled to a new level. The Denver Broncos and Kansas City Chiefs Week 18 AFC West rivalry game will have playoff ramifications. The Broncos can guarantee a postseason wildcard if they defeat the Chiefs on Sunday at Mile High Power Field. If Denver loses to Kansas City, its chances of making the playoffs would be dependent on the Pittsburgh Steelers losing the Cincinnati Bengals and the New York Jets defeating the Miami Dolphins. After defeating the Steelers 29-10 on Christmas Day, the Chiefs assured themselves of the top seed in the postseason. Andy Reid, the head coach, must make a difficult choice this week because defeating Denver will not help the Chiefs in the postseason. Does he give Kansas City starters 2 weeks off in order to rest them for the postseason? Or does he run the risk of getting hurt so that important guys like Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes don't have to recover in the divisional round? And would the Chiefs bench their starters knowing that doing so may allow a division foe, who came very close to defeating them earlier in the season, to advance to the playoffs? In order to get away from the Broncos on November 10th, Kansas City blocked a walk-off field goal attempt. To ensure they are fully healthy for the postseason, the Bleacher Report scouting department advised the Chiefs to rest their starters against the Broncos. According to the BR article, fighting attrition is one of the hardest parts of winning back-to-back championships. The 49ers are a great illustration of how a team can become exhausted after several long postseason runs. The Chiefs have already earned the top spot by working hard. They ought to be resting their most well-known and seasoned starters this week. Although they have the extra bye week, it would be ideal to have Chris Jones, Travis Kelce, and Patrick Mahomes all recovered. Not every NFL head coach is in favor of players taking time off. Regardless of whether the game will affect playoff seeding, Detroit Lions head coach Dan Campbell stated last week that he would start his team against the Minnesota Vikings in Week 18. The Lions have an excuse to use their starters in Week 18, unlike the Chiefs. In an attempt to win the NFC North, secure the top seed, and earn a bye in the NFC, they will take on the Minnesota Vikings. Patrick Mahomes is only 29 years old and has already won 3 Super Bowls. The quarterback for the Chiefs, who is in his 8th NFL season, has already guaranteed a postseason berth this year. Additionally, the opposing playoff teams are looking for the Chiefs' lineup weaknesses. However, the Grim Reaper hasn't done it by himself. His flexible head coach, Andy Reid, ensures he has some top players, and he has a fantastic tight end, Travis Kelce. On the December 30th broadcast of The Herd with Colin Cowherd, a legendary NFL player gave the squad a significant endorsement. Michael Irvin, a 3-time Super Bowl champion, sent a strong warning to the other 13 playoff-bound clubs. "I regret to inform everyone, but they will not have an impact on the Kansas City Chiefs," he stated.